Welcome to Unit 6, Gender Responsive Lesson Planning. By the end of this unit, you should be able to demonstrate an understanding of the fundamentals of a learner-centered and gender-responsive lesson plan, develop a learner-centered and gender-responsive lesson plan. A lesson plan is a teacher's roadmap of how to make teaching and learning processes effective. A gender-responsive lesson plan takes into consideration the specific needs and gender considerations of girls and boys in all the teaching and learning processes, such as the teaching and learning materials, teaching methodologies, learning activities, classroom arrangement. As you begin to practice critical analysis of existing texts, you will quickly develop a strong capacity to see through a gender lens and become adept at adapting materials or adjusting activities to ensure they are gender responsive. When constructing a lesson plan that is both learner-centered and gender responsive, there are some fundamental elements to consider. Choose your topic keeping in mind how it might intersect with a variety of disciplines: social studies, maths, language arts, science, and consider how to incorporate a gender-inclusive lens. Find or develop learner-centered instructional materials that can help you bring your lesson to life. Critically analyze existing material with an eye for gender-responsive language and adopt where needed to provide examples that inspire both girls and boys to aspire for all professional vocations. Select appropriate teaching methodologies that are learner-centered, build both skills and knowledge. Consider different learning styles that will ensure equal participation of both girls and boys, such as group discussions, guest speakers, field trips, books, websites, artwork, role play, debates, case studies, explorations, and community projects. Describe learning activities using active verbs that allow students to envision what they will be doing. Activities should be available to both girls and boys. Develop your learning objectives by identifying specific observable things students will have learned or achieved through the lesson. Consider how best to arrange the classroom to foster equal participation of both girls and boys. Consider other gender constraints that may inhibit girls' learning or attendance, such as menstruation, household chores, or parents' perspective on education. Watch out for signs of gender-based violence, sexual harassment, peer pressure, trauma, or other negative impacts. Determine what method you will use to assess the effectiveness of your instruction. Make time for feedback from both boys and girls to ensure they have understood the lesson. It is important to consider how the skills taught or knowledge gained will apply to students' lives outside of class. The 12 life skills shown in the slide can be considered in your lesson plan to support students in the development and application of these skills. Now that we have reviewed the fundamentals, it is time to practice applying this knowledge to develop a learner-centered lesson plan. Before beginning this assignment, please review the tips and sample learner-centered GRP lesson plan with explanation that is shown on page 54 to 55 in your toolkit. Then, using the template shown in the slide, Please develop a learner-centered, gender-responsive lesson plan on a topic of your choice. Please upload your completed lesson plan before moving to the next unit. Additional resources. Up next is Unit 7, Gender Responsive Teaching and Learning Materials.